We are speaking about barrier emotions. Barrier emotion or barrier energy can be any emotion or energy that gets between you and a certain emotion that you want to work with. This emotion that you want to work with can be an emotion that is suppressed or any emotion that is associated with anything that it is that you want to do but you can't do. Like if you have social anxiety, there's a certain energy that comes with that and a certain emotion that comes with that that you want to work with. But sometimes when working with these emotions, you might feel an emotion that comes between you and going into those emotions. I call them barrier emotions because they are creating a wall between you and actually where you want to go and what you want to work with. So today we will be speaking on using certain non-suppressive emotional techniques to work with our barrier emotions so we can move into the original emotion that we want to work with. What would happen is I could be working with a client, or from my personal experience, and there's an emotion that I need to work with that is associated with my childhood, or just anything that came up that got me upset throughout the day or whatever. And sometimes I will feel this feeling like it's not going to work. So the barrier emotion in this case would actually be self-doubt, and doubt within itself, doubt that the actual method and is going to work, and doubt that I could actually get healing from this thing that is upsetting me, or in the case of social anxiety, heal from social phobia. Because when people are living with those emotions and those mental conditions for years and years and years, sometimes it's hard for them to believe that they could actually get relief and healing from these situations. So that belief within itself is going to create doubt, and that doubt is actually standing in between. This is the doubt, and it's standing in between you and the actual sensations, emotion, and energy that comes with social anxiety and social phobia. So what we want to do is we want to I want to demonstrate or illustrate. This is a person, and say we are going to use certain non-suppressive emotional techniques to recognize or to work with our emotions. So what I would want people to understand is that everything is energy. So your thoughts and emotions are energy. So if you could feel your emotions, that means there's a sensation that you are feeling. Some people don't know how to recognize the sensation, but it's there. So you could close your eyes and pay attention to your body and pay attention to exactly what you're feeling, because you might be feeling a knot right here. You might be feeling a warm sensation in your chest, and it's uncomfortable. So this emotion or knot could be associated with fear of people, fear of social situations, and then there is the doubt that comes with working with it, the doubt that tells you that it's not going to work. So what you want to do is you want to create an image for both those feelings and sensations. So if you're getting a knot in your stomach and it feels like a knot that is associated with being nervous in social situations, you want to visualize that knot. If you're not already getting a visual image, we're going to visualize it, create it in your mind what it looks like. Feel it. If it feels like a knot, create a fist-like image for it, or a ball-like image, or a knot. Whatever works for you. So, this is our knot. It's a knot that is associated with fear of people. Fear of people. Social anxiety. So that is the knot. So after you created that image for the knot, you are going to take time to recognize the barrier emotion that is getting in between you and working with this sensation, this emotion, this energy. Barrier emotion would a lot of times be self-doubt. So the self-doubt could look something like this. If, like I said before, if it does not have a look, create a look for it based on what it feels like. Just create it in your mind. Be creative. And you want to pay attention to it. So the method that we're going to be using is the non-suppressive emotional work, non-suppressive emotional methods and techniques. And we do this because the more you suppress your emotion, the stronger they get. And you suppress them and they stay inside of you and fester. But the best way to deal with your emotion is to bring them up to the surface with catharsis, with whatever method that works for you. You could work with people who do inner child work, and or certain people who work with catharsis and different ways of working with their emotions by not suppressing them. So what you want to do is, what we're going to do is, this non-suppressive emotional work is going to be what I call the small self. You're going to visualize a smaller version of yourself, right? Walking into or appearing into that same scene with the emotions inside of your body. So you are imagining a smaller version of yourself. This is you going inside of the emotion and paying attention to it. You already created an image for both the emotions, the barrier emotions and the actual emotion that you wanted to work with originally. So this is you. This is you. This is the barrier preventing you from getting right to where you want to go. So what you want to do is you want to imagine yourself inside of yourself, like this, going into the emotions, spending time with it, observing it. What I like to do is, what I do sometimes to my client, I ask them to go into it, the small self, right into the energy that you've created in your mind with the visualization, the image. So this is you going into it. So you're going to be into it, and you could hug on it, you could talk to it, you could travel inside of it. Do whatever you need to do until you start to feel it starts to shift. It's going to start to shift and start to take a different shape. You continue to stay with it and feel it out. Stay present with it. Feel it out. Go inside of it. Explore it. Talk to it. Love on it. Love on it. This is important. It's important for you to show your emotion love. Let the emotion know that you are with it, because with energy, which is your emotions, which is everything physical or non-physical in this universe, responds positively to love. So love is going to be the emotion or the energy that it needs to heal. Love is healing energy. So go Showing it love is showing it affection and attention by going into it. So after you went into it and it just shifted, you make sure you spend enough time with it until you're pretty sure it's all gone, or most of it is gone, or to the point where you are relieved that the actual barrier emotion has dissipated or dissolved. Allow it to dissolve. You can actually imagine it dissolving past your skin into the atmosphere. So after you've done that, you could actually now imagine yourself walking into this first original emotion that you wanted to work with. This is the emotion of the fear of people, the vibration that comes up with the fear of people in social situations. People who have social anxiety, they get all kinds of knots in their stomach, all kind of nervous feeling, and it takes a physical shape sometimes, and it's somatic, and it turns into sometimes somatic illnesses. So after you've done that with the barrier emotion, now it's gone, or most of it is gone, you can allow that small version of yourself again. Or you could create more than one small version of yourself, and or another loving being with you, or angel or whatever, a small version of an angel, or whatever person that makes you feel comfort. Bring them into that emotion. So that would be you and or somebody else into the emotion. So they're both going into you or somebody else going into the actual original emotion that you wanted to work with, because now the barrier emotion is gone, so it's not really preventing you from going into it, so you will be more easily immersing yourself into this emotion. And you do the same process like you did with the barrier emotion, and pretty soon it will all be gone, or most of it will be gone. Well, what you're going to benefit from by doing this is you will actually be able to, one, recognize your barrier emotions more and more the more you do it. Then after a while, whenever you think of doing this actual process, your body will get so used to it that you probably won't even have to do the whole process, because your brain and your whole being understands that what you want to do is work with the barrier emotion to integrate it and to heal it and to dissipate it, to dissolve it into the atmosphere, until gradually, incrementally, you start to feel more relieved. So you might have to do this in more than one session, and I'd like to believe that it's going to be more than one session, more than 2 sessions, sometimes more than 5 sessions, as many sessions as you need. But I promise you, continue to do this, to stay with the emotions, to not suppress your emotions, just to be with the emotion. And after a while, you will recognize a difference within your body, a difference within your system, because suppressing your emotions and your feelings only cause it to become stronger. And the more they become stronger, the more you suppress them. So it's best to go into the emotion and be present with it and spend time with it. And you not only would you be able to be good at recognizing the barrier emotions and in healing from it, but also it will be easier for you to go into the original emotion that you've always wanted to go into, because this barrier emotions is not going to has a strong effect on your body anymore, because your being is going to start to automatically understand that this is what it wants to do, and then it's going to become something that is very easy and very natural for you to do. So go try this out, and I promise you, your life will really change. Thank you.